What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video. And Liverpool are considering going for Karim Adeyemi. He has an incredible 11 goals in 16 games already for Salzburg, and he's one of the hottest and brightest young talents in world football, and Jurgen Klopp is a very big fan of him. And after Liverpool learned that Pedri has signed a new contract at Barcelona, we have been linked with Pedri before, but I never really made a video about that because I thought Barcelona would never let him go, especially after the disaster that they had in the summer when it comes to transfers, incoming and outgoing. So Pedri's release clause is 1 billion euros, and I think Liverpool will turn their attention to Adeyemi. And the El Nacional newspaper and the Bild newspaper are both reporting that Liverpool are very interested in Adeyemi, who is valued at around 20 million pounds right now when it comes to the transfer market. Let me know guys, do you think Adeyemi would fit into the Liverpool transfer strategy? He's only 19 years old, he will turn 20 next year, and Salzburg will probably sell him sooner or later. He has 3 years left on his contract, but every young player uses Salzburg as a springboard to go to other bigger clubs, and that's just the nature of the transfer window. And Liverpool already signed Minamino, Naby Keita and Sadio Mane from the Red Bull group, if you like, from teams owned by the Red Bull brand. So let me know, what do you think about this transfer news? Would you want Adeyemi to be signed by Liverpool as early as the January transfer window? I think we need cover for Mane and Salah when they go to the Africa Cup of Nations. And if you enjoy these transfer news updates, leave a like. And Adeyemi would be an ideal signing when it comes to the age of the player. He's only 19 years old, he will turn 20, and he has bags of potential, and he would fit in perfectly at Liverpool. And we need to sign players like Diogo Jota or Karim Adeyemi because Salah and Mane are going to the Africa Cup of Nations, and also all our major front three players turn 30 years old, and I don't think Salah or Mane will get worse anytime soon. But Liverpool need to prepare for the eventuality that one day they will leave Liverpool, and we need to bring in the next crop of young players who Liverpool can mold and turn into superstars. And we did that with Mane, with Salah, with Firmino. We brought them with pretty young when they were 23, 24 years old, just like Diogo Jota, and we turned them into superstars, world-class players. And I think this strategy will work very well if Liverpool can get the right kind of players with the right kind of attitudes. But the Bild newspaper is also reporting that other clubs, namely Borussia Dortmund, are also interested in Adeyemi. The publication has said that the teenager could become a priority for Dortmund if Erling Haaland is sold next summer, and there is already talks of Manchester City signing Erling Haaland next summer, which I would absolutely hate to see happen. But you could see it happen because his father played for Manchester City, so he has a personal connection there. He was probably watching Manchester City when he was growing up because his father used to play there. And Liverpool are even interested in Haaland, but that's for another day to discuss. But if his release clause, it's true that he's only 64 million, I want Liverpool to be all over it. But if Haaland wants ridiculous wages, and I heard that Mino Raiola wants around £500,000 per week, Liverpool don't want to upset the wage structure. So I think in that case Adeyemi could be a really good, promising young signing for Liverpool. Let me know what they think about that. And also there is a big injury update. Trent Alexander-Arnold and Diogo Jota are both expected to be available for Liverpool. It was posted on Liverpool's official website that they are fit and ready to go. Only Thiago Alcantara is the player, and of course Harvey Elliott, they are both out. Jurgen Klopp said all the players, they are all good, they are all in a good way. So it looks like Trent and Diogo will be fine. They will train with us tomorrow, completely normal, that's the plan. Thiago needs probably a little bit longer. He was not in team training yet. That's always not a good sign for starting the next game. And the rest of the international players, some are back, obviously some are not back yet. So we will see. And I think probably Fabinho and Alisson will miss the Watford game because they play just very close in time to that with the Brazil. They play Uruguay, and even Fabinho confirmed that the Watford match, it will be very hard for us. I don't think we will play, neither Addison or myself. That's what Fabinho said. The match against Uruguay will be Friday, like morning at dawn, UK time, and the match against Watford will be Saturday, noon, so Saturday lunchtime. So with all of that, what is involved, including travel, I don't know how much time we will have between one game and the other, but probably they won't play. But according to the Mirror newspaper, Liverpool have reportedly joined forces with several Premier League outfits to arrange a private jet for the South American players. So once the game is finished, they can get on a private jet, get back early Friday, like maybe at noon or Friday morning, and then they can get a good rest, and hopefully they will be able to travel with the squad and play for Saturday. But it's a very tough to play like 2 games in 2 days. That's like not very advisable from a medical standpoint either. It's such a short turnaround, and I find this absolutely disgraceful that Liverpool pay these players wages, and because of international football they won't be available. And also what is happening with the Spanish games, both the Real Madrid Athletic Bilbao and the Granada Atletico Madrid games have been postponed because of players returning late from South American teams. So only the English Premier League is so stubborn, and they are so cowardly that they are not even postponing games or just moving games to Sunday or Monday, because the schedule allows that, but they don't do it. So it's very annoying that if Spain can and Spanish football can postpone games because players are not available, then why can't the Premier League do the same? And Liverpool legend John Aldridge has urged Liverpool to actually give Salah whatever he wants, whatever he needs when it comes to his contract. He said a handful of players in world football earn the right to be treated differently than the rest, and Mohamed Salah is undoubtedly one of them. His goal in Liverpool's thrilling 2-2 draw against Man City last Sunday was the work of genius, and confirmed beyond any doubt that Salah is right up there as one of the game's modern greats. Messi and Ronaldo have been the 2 best players in the game for a decade and more, but they have a rival to that title now. Is Salah. His current deal runs out in the summer of 2023, so 2 years. Quite simply, FSG cannot allow Salah to get down to 1 year left, as he could then run his contract down and leave for nothing. There are suggestions that his agent wants a new 4-year contract worth £500,000 per week, and while that might sound like crazy money, the cost of Salah's exit would be more damaging to Liverpool than giving him that kind of deal. Actually, he might do 29, but you can see how fit he is when he rips his shirt off after scoring a goal, and footballers are no longer over the hill when they hit their 30th birthday these days. And that's perfectly true. So I really hope that Salah gets a really big and really good contract at Liverpool, because he deserved it. He just won the Standard Chartered's Player of the Month award for September. So, and he was the best player for September for Liverpool, that's for sure. And he should have won the Premier League Player of the Month award as well, because the way he started the season, like scoring 7 goals and getting 3 assists, is absolutely brilliant. And James Milner said that Liverpool had a really solid start. He said, I think we know in games we have had the performances, we had the performances that could have been better at times. We have dropped points where maybe we wouldn't have liked to, but I think it's a great base to build on. It's always tricky at the start of the season, and still is at this point. I think when you are playing a few games and then the international break comes, a few more games, and then another international break, it's hard to get the rhythm. Players obviously going off, playing with their national team and having to come back and fit back into the different systems and things. I think it's a solid start with the games we have played. Obviously the Champions League group is pretty tricky. The start we had in the league was pretty tricky as well, and unfortunately every game in the Premier League is tricky, isn't it? So it's a solid start, and we know that we can play better, and there is plenty to improve, so that's the pleasing thing. I think it's nice to get away whenever possible, really. It's so intense when we are here and not many days off, so to get that time away and the change of scenery is nice. We still need to do the work that you need to do, the fitness side and things like that. But to be able to get a break from the intensity of the training ground and games every 3 days, when you come back, you feel so ready to go again for the next burst. That's helped me, obviously. I did international football for a very long time, so I know how tough it is. So now when you get these breaks, it is great for us to recharge, but obviously you are still doing your fitness work, and when you come back, you are ready to go again. And James Milner is putting his arm around Curtis Jones, and he's trying to drive him to that next level, and he sees that as an important role, and this is what he said about it. I think I was very fortunate. James Milner said, when I came through at Leeds, I was very young and I had a great dressing room behind me. It was a bit more hostile back then, if you like, and a bit more going on, and you had to be a bit more careful. Obviously it was different times then and things going on. If you made a mistake, you knew about it, and ducking from teacups and things like that. I had a great upbringing coming through at Leeds, and the standard set and the older guys and the talent that we have with the first team and the younger guys is in the academy is brilliant. So hopefully the senior players can help the young ones as much as they can. We know how brutal football can be. You need so much luck, you need that mental side and that mental strength to deal with ups and downs, and that's where we have to come in as older and senior players and maybe take the difficult things off their shoulders and make it a bit easier for them, and maybe keep that harder side away from them when it's disappointing. But also you need to give him that encouragement when they are doing well, and let them know they are doing well, and hopefully just give them the guidance to go and play football, because the ability these young guys have is incredible really. You just need that mindset to go with it. And Watford has a new manager, Claudio Ranieri, but thankfully Liverpool only lost, I think, once in the last 5 or 6 years when there was a new manager in charge. But it always seems to happen against Liverpool that the new manager, the first game is against Liverpool. And this is what Milner said. I think when teams are maybe going through a sticky patch and the manager changes before we play them, that makes them more unpredictable, I think. Obviously, I think it's always going to be tough, whether they are flying or they change the manager. It's going to be tough because it's the Premier League and there's good teams, and teams that are struggling are going to want to turn it around. Obviously, probably a bit less pressure on them. Teams will expect us to win, so the pressure is off them a bit and they can go out there with a free hit. Now obviously with the change of manager, he might change a lot, he might not change too much. It's hard to know, so that makes it a little bit more difficult. We just have to make sure that we concentrate on our side and put in a performance and prepare the best we can for how we think they are going to play. But it's on our performance really. And that's brilliant that James Milner has this mentality. And Curtis Jones also said that 50 appearances for my boyhood club Liverpool, topped with a great result lately. Well done, boys. Thank you for your support always. And that's just brilliant that Curtis Jones now has 50 games for Liverpool. Absolutely brilliant. And I wish him all the best. I really hope that he becomes a Liverpool legend and a world-class player at Liverpool, because he has the mentality and the skill set. He just needs to avoid injuries, I think. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Have a nice day. See you later. Good night.